What's going on, guys? It's Crops, aka B Speeds, and we are back again after quite a bit of time off. Finals are over. We have accomplished all A's for the semester, so doing good as a start back to university, and we're going to keep that going. However, as you can see in front of you, we have not an Edison deck. That will be back probably next video, don't worry, for all the Edison fans. This is a good old classic GOAT format video. So I decided to enter the tournament that Dueling Book has for GOAT format on Sunday nights. Not yesterday, but December 4th, I believe it was, like last Sunday. So this is what I entered with, and I will have a little disclaimer here, like a little warning. I am rusty, but this is what we played. This is inspired by none other than Necromancy for Kids. Shout out to him. I'll leave his channel link in the description. Make sure y'all subscribe to your boy, because this is mostly a concept of a deck he put together, except I made some changes. So, we got the Standard Breaker, 3 Shining Angels. This is change number 1. This right here, the Shining Angels and the Roulette Barrel. He was on 3 Emissary of the Afterlife, I believe the card is. Let me double check and make sure that's what it's called. Ooh, that's Emmer's Blade. X-Sabers 2023, be on the lookout. What is it? Oh, what is it? Emissary. Man, what is that card called? Is it Afterlife? Yeah. Oh, yeah, 1M. Emissary of the Afterlife. So he was playing 3 of these and 2 Dragon Zombies, the level 3 1600 vanilla, instead of the Roulette Barrel and the BLS. And instead of Chaos Sorcerer, he was playing Strike Ninja, because he had a lot of darks with the Emissaries and the Dragon Zombies. But instead of drawing those level 3 vanillas and Emissaries, which, of course, it's a fun strategy, I want to go a little more competitive to help with my rust. So we got the 3 Shining Angels and Roulette Barrel and DD Warrior Lady as your classic targets in the main. Then we got Sasuke, Exiled, level 2, Donzalug, little warrior package with the 2 Rotas. Then we got Sangan, and of course you can go into that with the 3 Tomatoes, so full out recruiters. You can also technically go into Donzalug, so that's kind of neat as far as the main deck goes. And we'll get to the side deck in just a bit. Then you got your classic Tribe, BLS Orc, and then Pot Graceful Duo, 4th and 5th Trinity piece, even though we're not on Blade Knight or anything. Heavy, MST, Snatch, Premature, 2 Knocks, only 1 swap. Scapegoat has been showing its head again, so I figure main 1 side the second. 1 book, probably should have sided a second, but up in the air. 2 Smashing, he was on 3 Smashings, but I decided to just go with 2. I don't know, I figure, I think, I can't remember how many Sakus he was on. He might have also been on 2, but I decided just to change the ratio a slight bit. Then we got the, maybe he wasn't on book actually. That might have been what it was. I swapped the 3rd Smashing for 1 book. Could be wrong, but I think that's what I did. Then we got Ring, Mirror, Torrential, Trap, Trinity, Call, 2 Sakus, and 2 Trap Death Shoot. Definitely an unfair card when you open it. So, gives you a lot of advantage. As you can see, the main, it's a lot of 1-for-1. You kind of like, your guys float, you trade, and your goal is to win the grind game and be able to drop some, bombs when the time is right. So, it ends up working out fairly well for being rusty. And then on the side, we got the Cliff, classic Rota target for like things like Panda Burn, maybe even Warrior. You could try to sneak it in. And also, technically, you can go into it with Tomato, as well as Cyberstein. This is more so for like Reasoning Gate combo decks. Then we got the Reaper, also not bad against something like Warrior, or just very aggro, like Beast down decks. Another Tomato target, as well as the Nidoria, also mostly for like Warrior, another good Tomato target. And then we got the Jowgen. This is a little nice Shining Angel tech, mostly for Reasoning Gate. I think I ended up putting it in, and I think it'll be in one of the replays, against like a GOAT control list. I don't know if that's really correct, because because I think I summoned it in main 1. If I angeled into it, maybe, because I can move it to defense, but things like Serpent could attack over it, or Faith, or Knight Ascendant can crash, or, depending on what kind of things they're on. But at least, like, Spy can't get over it. Sadly, Dekoichi can, but it's the Jowgen. And then we got the Ashura Priest also for the Goat matchup, Zaborg for, again, more aggro, or it's not bad in the control matchup to pop, like, Thousand Eyes Restrict or a Goat token and just start to get through their defenses. And then Mobius, mostly for burn, could also put it in against Warriors. Then we got the Vortex. I think Necro was also maining this. Just a nice board wipe for, again, decks that play Scapegoat, Reasoning Gate, those kind of decks. Maybe this is what the second book could be, I'm not sure. Then we got the second swap, 2 walks, Panda Burn, Widespread Rune for like Warrior, or aggro decks. You could do the third Saku, but we don't have any flips that we're really protecting from like a level 2. There's a decent chance they could take out the level 2, especially if you don't really set much and need mostly normal summon. So this is just like an okay. I've seen some Nobleman of Extermination in tourney, so if a Nobleman of Extermination your Saku, at least you still got 1 widespread, I don't know. And then 2 Oppression, which Necro is also on the side. Definitely for Reasoning Gate, but you could also put it in against like Goat Control, which I think I did. Stop Scapegoat, stop Metamorphosis, stop Chaos, stop Call Prima. Just got to make sure, you either like slide some of these out or just try to, use yours before you flip this up. And also, unlike an Edison, this card, just so you all know, you have to flip it up preemptively. But that's for the deck. Oh, then just every fusion, which don't think I ever went into because I don't. Oh, well, we're siding Stein, so it does matter. But also, I don't think I ended up taking any Steins or anything in the tourney. But let's just get right into it. Welcome back again to everyone watching. Thank you all for still sticking around. I think we actually increased in subscribers, even though I've been MIA for like a couple months. So shout out to y'all. Our first opponent here is Derlickety Split. So here we go. First tourney match in quite some time. Ooh. Let's go ahead and mute the replays. Yeah, I did forget it was happening. I was a few minutes from, I think, getting like DQ'd. So from almost being DQ'd to this. Let's get right into it. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, you all know how I said I was rusty? I might be rusty, but this is not right. I'm so sorry for my opponent here. Good luck, have fun, exclamation mark. Oh my gosh, this hand, and it's about to get a lot worse. I just realized I think some of the screen is cut off. Now I think it's probably going to cut off the bottom. Dang. Oh well, hopefully it's not too bad. I think it is cut off just a tad. Back to recording, getting in the swing of things. So we started with Duo, we sniped TT, which actually, I'd probably rather snipe like the DD. Actually, wait, no. It just ends up being a complete blowout. It's not even right. So then I pot into Breaker, Mirror Force. Then we Graceful, because we're not in Thunder Dragon Serpent, so we just fire it. And look, we found Dust Shoot, Call Rhoda. This is just, it's not even right. I'm like, alright, well, what don't we need here? I ended up, game decided to give me Trinity today. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Beginner's luck back, I guess. So I pitched Sasuke and Call. I figure I'd rather have a Recruiter, and then we do have the Breaker for the next turn. Now, especially hitting their Torrential, actually, Breaker is better in that case, unless, it was like a Scapegoat or Jar Greed or something, or Book. But then we also have Rhoda, and we're about to Dust Shoot them as well. So I figured just set the Dust Shoot. I don't even set the Mirror Force, even though I'm going to fire this if they don't MST it, that's why I say standby. So the reason some people, I've been seeing people just fire Dust Shoot immediately, boom, flip, and their opponent has MST in hand, or wants to use it. They even could technically use this Book here with turn player priority, Book my Shining Angel, just so they don't get this Warrior Lady Dust Shoot in. But I'm not, that may or may not be correct. But it's kind of like you should not fire it right away because you should give your opponent a chance to utilize, especially on a higher level, their turn player priority. So anyway, I say standby, they click standby, so technically you could do it at the end of draw phase if they're attempting to enter standby. Um, a better way to say it would be, do you pass priority or something? They try to go to main, but I dust shoot. And so now I know they have Saku meta book. And that, to my hand, I have Breaker, I have Rhoda, I have Angel. That's just not fair. They have to have a really good, set of next couple of draws here. They end up deciding just to set both, Saku book, which makes sense, right? Book protected from Breaker, and then they can Saku the Angel. And I kind of think, they're like, all right, if you have MST or Breaker, but then, well, folks, I top deck Heavy Storm, so and I know it's got to be one of those three cards, or a combination of those three cards. So I'm just like, all right, another +1, and that just takes care of that. And then I wrote up for Dawn. I got my Dawn goggles on, and well, now they have 0 cards to my 5, and my Shining Angel floats. And now I just decide, well, might as well set the Mirror Force, because even if they top deck Breaker, they could Breaker, pop the Mirror, attack over Dawn, but then I still have Angel, my own Breaker, knock, and whatever I draw for turn. So it's not looking good. They draw MST. Yeah, they just set pass. I draw Exile, which is even more removal. I know Tarantula's gone, so I just Breaker. They MST, they hit the Mirror Force. But then I'm just attacking for, what is this, 44? I do not mill, because they mill Tribe Air Knight, and I'm like, no mill. Like, why would I want to mill you Serpent, and then you top deck a meta, or a Dark Monster, and then you top deck Chaos, right? So, I don't know if they thought it was mandatory, but I definitely don't mill. So now they're drawing Tribe, and even if they shuffle and draw something else, outside of something like Pot, Graceful into Chaos, which I still have the Exile for, I don't know if there's one card that gets them out of the situation with them being at 800. If I'm wrong, feel free to leave it in the comments. I guess Pot, because even Pot into Tribe discard Spellcaster, Fairy, Warrior. Obviously you probably have to, call Fairy, attack over Dawn, then Breaker could only crash, but then I have Exile, Pop, attack for game. So yeah, it was just, I opened just about as good as you possibly could in this game 1 circumstance. So they attack over Dawn, and I could just honestly, crash Angel, get DD Warrior Lady, but I ended up drawing BLS, and it is live too. Oh wait, yeah it is. Oh my gosh, I could BLS, Exile, crash Shining Angel, get DD Warrior Lady. It's just, oh wait, yeah, that's Oscar, not DD Warrior Lady engraved. This one, let's kind of skip through this. This is not even good content. It's just not fair. All right, game 2 in this match. So this is going to be probably a bit of a longer video coming back. So I saw Metamorphosis. I figured there's probably a scapegoat, and so I decided to try Oppression. And I also sided in Sure Priest. And we got the good old Tomato Road to BLS. Their hand is not too bad though. They got Serp, Reaper, Dust, Snatch, Duo, Knock. So they start with Duo. Good, pretty simple line. I decided to pitch Oppression, I believe, because I have a Sheriff for Goats, and I have BLS. So I could have, obviously discarded like a Sure Priest and immediately had BLS, but I don't really want to drop that turn 1, especially they have Snatch. So they set Reaper and Dust Tornado. Fair. Definitely don't want to get your Serpent knocked. I make sure M1's good, and then I just decided to throw down Ashura just to see what's going on. I could have maybe threw down Angel. I'm wondering if that might have made more sense, just in case of like Saku, because I technically don't know what their back row is. I could kind of figure it's most likely chainable, and it's Dust, but I decided to just attack, and it's a Reaper, and that's very awkward. So yeah, actually, had I attacked with Angel, sure they could Snatch Steal it, and if they hit the Priest with the Reaper discard, that sucks. But I'm kind of in a spot where I don't want them to hit BLS, and Rhoda can still technically can get me out of this next turn, potentially. The Reaper, I mean. So I'm like, well, this could suck, but I have to just. I don't want to set the Rhoda. I'm only losing, hopefully. Well, yeah, Duo is gone, so I'm like, I'm losing one card. And hit the Ashura, which is a light, so BLS is live. And I think what I end up doing. Oh, right, I do draw DD Warrior Lady. The only problem with that is if I set it, it could get knocked. And if I attack over the Sangan Banish, then they can still Reaper poke me directly. Unless I BLS main 2. And then also, I was also considering maybe they took Nox out. But I ended up just deciding to throw it just to see if they're going to like want to have a battle trap or like a torrential or something and they want to protect their Sangan. I didn't know they had Serpent yet. And then I just dropped down the BLS and banished the Reaper. And, they do have Snatch, so that's going to happen. I take my 3,000, which is a lot. But it is what it is. So I draw Dawn. Not that great, but I do get 1,000 here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I just have to Rhoda for exile. I hope that's not a Solemn Judgment. So that's what I do. Ends up working out. And then they draw goats. So there's the goats. They flip Merchant, mill 2 lights and a dark. I think that was Night of Saillant Moth. DD War Lady. They get heavy to hand, which isn't doing too much right now. They poke for 200, set Scapegoat. I draw the good old Roulette Barrel. Pretty sure I just go Dawn here. Yep, I just send it. Like, let's try to hit the heavy. And do I hit the heavy? No, I hit Knock. So it's good to know they still have that in the deck. I know their Snatch is gone, so I don't have to worry about that. They draw Dust Shoot. They set it. And this is going to tell me my opponent might be either, a little newer, but they activate Dust Shoot while I have 3 cards in hand. And I just say I have 3 cards. And I believe they said, got excited. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know if they miscounted or, just were like, Dust Shoot, yes, let's do it. But, it's all good. I'm not going to commit into Mirror Torrential. I do have goats. So funny enough, if I had summoned this, that would have been dead, that would have been dead. They would have had 3 dead cards, and then I would have got in for 16 and discarded potentially heavy or Serp. But either way, they get Serp back and it can normal Serp attack over Jowgen. So I think what I end up doing is setting either Barrel or Angel here. Wow, I don't know why I do this. Well, I guess I want to stop Metamorphosis, but I should have just let them meta the Dawn. Because anyway, yeah, they drop Breaker, they drop that down, and they attack Dawn instead of Jowgen. I guess all their special summon stuff is gone. I do not set the Saku. I think my DD War Lady is still in deck? Can't remember. Anyway, they try to set meta. Oh yeah, they draw meta. They try to meta the Serp like Jowgen. My bad, I didn't catch that last part. Oh yeah, that's fair. And then they attack over the Jowgen, then meta for Thousand Eyes, take the Shining Angel, which is fine. Now I can Pot of Greed, but I don't. Huh. What am I only go to 3 cards that way. I guess I don't want to set into Breaker, though. So I want to give myself... Oh, okay. I guess odds to see, yeah. Well, now we can, funny enough, snatch the Breaker. I don't know what good that would really do us. They're just sitting with heavy MST in hand. I set the Snatch. Okay, and then, yeah, Pot. So I get into Book and Tribe. And now I'm at the point where I can Snatch, but I can also just Tribe Spellcaster and save the Snatch, which I think is what I decided to do. Yeah, so we summon Tribe, pitch the Saku. rather keeping the book in case they have more meta with the serpent. And then I set the book, and they end phase dust it, and they MST the snatch. They should have MST'd snatch before adding serpent in case it was dust shoot, because they saw dust shoot game one, and I haven't used one this game yet. So, because yeah, now they just MST in main phase one. That's a little bit of a missequencing, but that doesn't end up biting the opponent in the butt. They set TT, and I just top deck a knock, which is really good. I hit them for 16. Now they're down to 21. They draw a tribe, and so they just crash so that, stop the bleeding. Makes sense. I top deck Rhoda, and I'm thinking what I'm going to grab here. I think I ended up going with Sasuke, just to try to put them as low as I can, and they have Tarantula anyway, so that's the end of my turn. They draw a dead dust shoot. Now they have 2 dust shoots and a heavy, so very unfortunate for them. Then I get Sangan, which would have been much better when they had Tarantula, but that's okay. Then they draw a Scapegoat, which is pretty solid. They're able to set that and pass. I draw Prussian a little too late because I attack, then they Scapegoat. But technically we can do it in their draw phase, just to avoid Metamorphosis, which I'm pretty sure is what I do. Yep, I do flip Oppression, just to insulate Metamorphosis. They set another dust shoot, which because they have heavy, I don't think they should have did that. And then I draw Storm, and I just kill a token, so now I can turn off my own Oppression later if I need to. They draw Shura, which is pretty good. It's going to wipe out my Sangan, so my Sangan is going to be able to search for, Tomato, and just being able to Sangan into Recruiters and still use Recruiters under Oppression is pretty nice. I do end up drawing Premature Burial, and I believe this is the end of the game. Yeah, because BLS is in there. Wow. And yeah, that BLS didn't kill me when they snatched it, because luckily I had the answer on the following turn. So, we have a game shot here. Just takes me a little bit to figure it out. We heavy, which we got 3 cards, they had 2 dash shoots. And then I Premature BLS, normal Tomato, attack with Tomato, attack with BLS twice. Nicely done, GG. GG WP. Yeah, the second game was much better than the first one as far as content, hopefully. They say, take care, UTC in 2 weeks if you're on. And that would be this coming week, I believe, and I might just be. Alright, that was round 1. On to round 2. In round 2, we were going against, I don't know if I said my last opponent's name, but yeah, it was, oh, I did, yeah. Round 2, we're going against Leo Trampas Lopez. Man, I'm not saying that right. Butchering names, as usual. Alright, so, the RPS. We do lose RPS, so, going second into the round number 2. Our hand pretty dang good again, though. Well, duo the Rhoda MST. Roulette Barrel of Light for the Soric. We could Rhoda for a Dark. I guess Donzu, not too shabby. The opponent, on the other hand, they are on to something. They got Spy, Necro, Deco, Breaker, Graceful, and they draw Spy number 2. So 2 spies. Never like to see multiple necessarily, but they're probably on 3 since they're on Necro. They end up not Gracefuling yet, wanting to get the Spy out of the deck first, I'd imagine. So they set Spy, activate Necro Pass, which is definitely not the most fun card when you're sitting with a Sorcerer in your hand. But we do start with Duo. Figure let's take a look. We missed the Graceful, but hitting the Breaker is not bad. They pitch Spy, so makes me think, okay, probably a Spy. So I wrote it for level 2. We summon level 2, we attack. So now that's 2 Spies down. That would have been a 2500 defense Spy. Very difficult to deal with under Necro Valley. I do set the MST kind of to act as a defense, or like I have defense. There's argument to keep it in hand to out the Necro later when I need to, but let's see if that backfires. They do draw Serpent, so now they're Graceful, rewarded. Well, they would have drew it if they used it last turn, but rewarded for not playing it in some way. They do draw Terraforming Scapegoat Brain Control, so they do pitch the Serpent and I believe the terraforming. Yeah, sort of redundant here. I believe now they just, summon Deco attack. And unfortunately, we are in Saku, but it's not a Saku, it's MST, so we take our 500. But luckily, we have a really good uh, callback to this Deco. Then they set Scapegoat Pass. I just decided to end phase it. I'm like, I want this Angel to go through. I'm not even going to rely on the Chaos. And I do draw Graceful. So I have 2 Trinity pieces so far again. I decided to crash first because I don't want to draw my DD Warrior Lady. Although I think I ended up just going another Angel. Yeah, so I probably should have, as long as I didn't draw 2 Angels DD Warrior Lady off the Graceful, which would have been very unlucky. Maybe I don't even activate it at all then. Yeah, just give myself more Discord options, I guess. Oh man, and then they draw Cursed Seal. They get Serpent back. They set Cursed Seal, set Serpent Pass. I draw. I definitely probably should use Graceful last turn. The 3rd Trinity piece in game 1 again. So obviously we start with pot. They don't Cursed Seal that, which is interesting. I draw Exile and Sasuke. I'm like, forget it, throw the Graceful. They don't Cursed Seal this. I draw a Tomato, Angel, Tomato. A lot of recruiters, so the Sword isn't live yet, but I believe I definitely pitch, Tomato and Angel. Don't really need those. And I just attack, interestingly enough. Oh, I'm guessing I'm just going to set either Tomato or Roulette Barrel here. Yep, Tomato, set Saku. I think a knock. Wow. No knock is in the grave, and they top deck knock. Yeah, probably should have summoned, but I don't know, playing around. Yeah, Torrential Mirror. Haven't seen any trap cards yet, so hard to say. They get Cert back, and I give them a use for their knock, which would have just got me Sangan most likely, or actually I guess Donzalug. Just having more pressure on board is nice. Then I draw a Saku, which could be helpful later. I still just attack, and it's Serpent. Now I set Roulette Barrel Pass. They draw Soul Exchange, so that's a little spooky. They set another. I draw Swamp. I figure it's probably Serpent. I don't know why I'm not flipping the barrel here. I could be putting them on a turn clock instead of just, add Serpent, set Serpent, add Serpent, set Serpent. So they add Serpent, but now they're able to Soul X Gramarg, which is really going to mess me up. So they do that, pop my Roulette Barrel, and now I'm down, but we top deck the Heavy Storm, but we pass because this is Saku. That's right. So I figure I'll just Saku the Monarch instead of worry about sorting it. And they set Serpent again. Then we draw Rhoda. Pretty good draw there. I end up just Rhoda searching for DD Warrior Lady. They are very patient with this Cursed Seal, saving it exactly for the heavy. But I'm going to finally banish that thing because it was annoying. Then they top deck Berserk Gorilla. Beast Beats is getting beat down by a beast. What are the odds? I go down to 4,500. I draw Sasuke. And so now I'm like, well, let's throw the storm. And they're like, what the heck? No, I just set Saku. I guess Gorilla does have to attack, but if they draw Mobius, I get punished here, but luckily they don't draw that. So then they draw another Necro Valley, which is the second one, I believe, because they did pitch the terraforming earlier. They have to attack. Well, they don't have to attack, because they don't have to enter battle phase, but of course they're going to. We get use of our second Sakuratsu. Then we draw Mirror. And certainly I drop the heavy here. No, I just summoned Sasuke attack because they haven't used their back row all game. And it does connect. So I was reading correctly that that's not a battle trap or anything. I set my Mirror Force as protection. They set Deco. There's no reason for them to brink on Mobius because, it's a board because there's no monster to pop alongside it. They set, I'm pretty sure I exile this. Ends up being Deco. I get in for 1,800 more. And I guess next turn I'm planning to heavy if they don't set anything out. Well, if they don't put up a protection. But I don't know. So they do mirror force and then they go into snatch and they set mirror. They hit me for 18, but luckily we will get that 1,000 because I don't believe they tribute set. No, they do not. Makes sense. So we go up to 37. And I mean, I think I'm just going to fire the heavy here. Yep. And they Cursed Seal, pitching the dead Necro Valley. So I'm like, alright, well, no more heavy. Now I have to think. But I do have Swap, Tribe, Smash, Sork. The Sork's dead. I'm pretty sure I might just try pitch Sork here, maybe. Or actually, I think I might pitch Smash, which is greedy. I definitely should pitch the Sork. Oh, the Swap. I guess that's fine too. So in case I draw Breaker MST, because I don't think either of those have been used. And then now they do have Mirror Force. They do have Battle Trap after all that time. Yeah, Sork is not live until that Necro Rally is gone. My Heavy and MST are gone. It's only Breaker left. So interesting that I didn't pitch the Sork with the Tribe. I think I should have did that. Because I think Smash and Swap, even though they're on Cursed Seal, could have dealt more use. I don't expect them to heavy. If they do, then the Necro Valley is gone at least, unless they heavy and have the third one, which would be bad. Oh, they haven't used Duo yet either, so I guess in a way playing around Duo. They draw Zaborg. Luckily, no Mobius. That's another fear of doing this. This plays really poorly into Mobius, but luckily they draw the wrong Monarch. But I draw Knock and pass, and then they draw Duo. They fire the Duo. Joke's on you. I don't need that Chaos Sork. And you haven't, well, Knock maybe could have been useful, but I draw Snatch, I pass. They draw Torrential, they said it. I draw Smash, I pass. They draw Soul X, pass. I draw Knock, I pass. They draw Brincon, pass. I draw Breaker. Okay, now we have gotten somewhere. So I throw down the Breaker, and they TT, and I pass. That's how far we gotten. Now they draw Sangan. They summon the Sangan, and I'm taking 1k. I'm not mirror forcing this, even though there's a chance they, Mobius. I figure I can smash it if I need to, even though that's not ideal either. But then I draw my own Sangan, and what's 2 Sangans equal? The end of the game. So killing with 2 Sangans. That's I don't see that every day. That was game 1. Wow, we have 2 matches after this. All right, I'm going to start going a little bit quicker because it's almost dinner time. All right, so I draw Rhoda, Dust Shoot, Sasuke, Book, Smash. Looks like I'm playing Warriors. Doesn't even look like Recruiter, which is what I kind of like about this deck. But opponent's got Terraforming, that nasty duo, TT, Sangan, Ring, and Judgment. So they duo, and they hit, I believe, my Dust Shoot. No, my Book. Okay, probably not the worst card. Actually, maybe is the worst card. I probably pitch Dust Shoot because I figure they may not have 4 or more, especially with the kind of deck they're playing. I'm surprised I kept Dust Shoot in. I can't remember what I sided. Definitely sided Mobius, I'm sure. Interesting. Maybe Zaborg. I don't know. I don't have any. Going second, maybe just 1 Monarch. I don't know if I put 2 in. Brain Control could be another consideration for the side, but if you want to go with more Monarch strategy, which I think that's actually, what Necro did. Like 2 Mobius and 2 Zaborg. But they start with Terra and a Necro, summon Sangan, set the whole trigger. I am really glad I got rid of this. As you can see, they got Ring, Torrential, Judgment, Necro Valley. I don't think I win this, but let's find out. So I got Rhoda, Sasuke, Smash, Snatch. At least there's no Dust Shoot. So we get to our main. And I just throw the Sasuke out. I figure let's swing for the fences. I know there's probably a million traps, and here comes no traps. So that was a good start. Makes sense. They can just get the Spy off the Sangam. I guess they want to get the Spy and then bring the Sasuke later. Because I just end up passing. They get Deco. They could have mind gamed me here and set the Deco, which might have been good because if I have Knock Heavy or some combination like that, they get really messed up here. I mean, they still got the Ring, but because if I knock the Spy, they're probably gonna want a Judgment, and so then if I heavy, they can ring the Sasuke, but then they go down from 31 to, 31 minus 18. What is that? Like 13, I think. And then yeah, this hand could have possibly ended the game if they decided to judgment the knock, which I don't think I draw knock. Wow. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm missing heavy. I was about to say, did this game just end right here? Because if I had the heavy, I think the game would be over right here. That is insane. Like instead of snatch or smash. But I Rhoda. What the heck? Oh, okay. So I figure I'm seeing if they're mind gaming me. If they're gonna stop the level 2. Wow. Why do I not knock first? Because I could have just wrote it for something bigger then. And summoned that. Because then, yeah, maybe like I should have summoned something bigger than level 2 if I was going to do it this way. Oh, wow. Dawn's a Luke. I should have just wrote it for Dawn, summoned Dawn. And then, like, if they TT, that's fine. Or then I guess they judgment the knock, and then I attack with Dawn, take 6, Sasuke over one of them, smash the other one, so they can't Monarch. Then I have Snatch, they have Ring for... Well, they have Ring for Sasuke, I guess. Interesting choice. Don't know if that's necessarily correct, but we do get in for 9. Definitely, yeah, probably. And actually, another benefit of this, though, is... Wow, Magic Drain. Is they summon Deco. Oh no, they set Deco. Wow, okay, and they set Magic Drain. So now, yeah, I guess they're gonna. Are they now gonna ring the level 2? Because I don't think I played TT. Yeah, I just level 2. Now they ring the level 2. See, they took basically an extra 900. So I guess that actually kind of helps. And then I just throw Sasuke. I'm like, well, all right, what is it? And it's Deco. So that gets them Thestalos. But yeah, I think I just set Sangan because I'm hoping they took Nox out, right? No, I don't set Sangan. Huh. I guess playing around like Zaborg, Solo X / Brain Con? I don't know. Maybe. They set Judgment. Suddenly have double Judgment. Oh, that's a power card right there. They Magic Drain Pot. So I think I just get rid of Smash. Because I definitely want the pot to resolve. Oh my gosh. Graceful Heavy. My draws are insane. They have double Judgment. I decide to Graceful to see what they do. I draw a DD War Lady, Angel, Reaper. We definitely get rid of probably Sangan, 2 of the monsters. Just not sure what 2 I get rid of. Reaper, Angel. Okay. I could have tried to Reaper the card out of their hand. That one, I mean, they have TT though. So Sangan's actually better into TT. I do Heavy, they do Judgment. Tell me I just attack for game. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, that's the end of the game. Yeah, we drew just really well for what our opponent had. They had a Judgment that, and then they just had Judgment TT and Necro and Monarchs. So they left, and that was the end of round 2. All right, moving on to round 3. This time we are against Genshin Hexith. Anyway, we lose. Have we lost every RPS? No. We won the first RPS. We lost round 2, round 3 RPS. And now our opponent is opening pretty decent over there. We got Rhoda, Saku, Tomato, level 2 Angel. They have Kaiku, Upstart, PWWB, Pot, and Solemn. So, oh, forgot to turn off the sounds. The beep, beep, da-da-da-da-da-ding. Alright, so they start with Upstart, trying to get the... I think they're on Thunder Dragon. Then they just Pot of Greed. They set Spy, set Wind Blast, pass. So I draw my own pot, which is nice. I just slam it down. I draw MST, so I can MST level 2, which I'm pretty sure is what I do because they use Pot of Greed. Yep. Yep, we smack that Spy, which is nice. I set Sakura's Protection and pass. They top deck, Upstart, puts us at 10,000 into Faith. So now they have, I'm pretty sure they just slammed the Kaiku. Makes sense, but we have the answer to the Kaiku. They set Judgment. I'm pretty sure I slam Breaker. And they think here. Alright, psychological warfare. So, when the amount of time they think and decide that it's okay, you could argue I should swing because it's probably just, book or judgment or, something that there's not much reason to not attack first. But I've, what is it, where you like play yourself in your head? I was like, they're thinking, but what if it's Mirror Force or Saku, right? What if it's a battle trap and they're mind gaming, right? They're like thinking, even though it's a Mirror Force, and then I get greedy to do extra 300 damage and lose both my monsters. It's not worth it. So I just pop it, and it is Judgment. So I miss out on 300 damage. I don't think that ends up mattering. So they take 16 and 899 plus 1. I don't have any more back for this time, thankfully, because unless outside a Dust Shoot or something, because they draw a Breaker, which they just slam the Kaiku down, take care of the level 2. There's no monsters for them to banish. I draw a Book, which is pretty nice. They disconnect for a sec. I think I consider what to do here, because there definitely are options. I could like Crash Angel into Crash DD, and then have all my lights banished, although I could Rhoda for Sasuke. Sadly, there's no Rhoda target in the deck that gets over unless I want to Crash Sasuke, which wouldn't even be that bad, but I think I might end up just summoning a Recruiter, and deciding to book over the Kaiku, which is not too bad either. It saves my Rhoda, which is good. I think it's better to save the Rhoda here. They also only have Darks now, so I just get in for 16. Tomato can float, although they do have Breaker, and they can smash. So they smash the Tomato, set the Faith actually, yeah. So they're setting up for Chaos. I do have Dawn now, so more options here. Let's see what I end up doing. I Rhoda for Exiled, not wanting them to get just Fearing Faith, which it does end up being. The only problem with this, well, it's probably better to keep them off, so they can't pot again, even if they do have Chaos. I get it for 16, so now they're done at 23 to my 91, which feels pretty good. The only thing is I don't have an answer to a Chaos monster now. Actually, I do have Angel if they're silly enough to summon an attack position. But they do banish Light Dark, summon Sork, and they do get greedy. So they could have just summoned Defense Banish my Breaker, which, I already have a Dark. But I'm on Recruiters, right? You've seen Tomato. I think they watched another game, so they probably seen Angel. But knowing I'm on Recruiters, it makes more sense to banish. But they end up, setting the deck out. I draw a Dust Shoot just a little too late. But now what I'm able to do is out the Sork by crashing Angel, going into DD Warrior Lady, crashing Warrior Lady, taking 900 plus 800 respectively to banish it. Then I set Dust Shoot just in case it's a Faith and they pot a Greed. I can do it on Resolution, but they're smart. Instead of flipping Deco first, man, I wish this was Torrential. If this was Torrential, they get super hard punished. But if it's Dust Shoot, they just so happen to do the right thing. And I have activated only Saku. So, interesting not to flip it first. I honestly think I would have flipped it first and ran into the Dust Shoot, because I feel that I would fear Torrential more than Dust Shoot. Because if you run into Torrential, you have Smash and Knock, and you're at 23 and you die to Sork or BLS here. Or a combination of, like Prima Monster, or, yeah, I don't know. I would not have done this, but, it definitely works out for them here. And then they flip Deco into Thunder Dragon for 2. So now I know they have 2 Thunder Dragons. I don't know about the Smash or the Knock. But on the bright side, after taking the 3000 here, I do draw Saku. So I can crash Tomato into Deco, grab either Sangan or another Tomato, which can float, set Saku pass. I definitely should have grabbed Sangan, because well, I figured maybe they're not on multiple smashing actually. So I figured tomato is safer. But they do have multiple smashing. So they do smash. End up duo-ing as well, putting them down really low, and then attacking. I think I would have duoed in main phase 2 there. Because now I definitely sack it, because if I draw a recruiter, which I don't, the game would have been over there, because this is a bluff knock. I do set TT. They draw Graceful, which is absolutely insane. They draw Judgment, Call, Faith. So they pitch 2,000 Dragons, set Judgment, set Call, set Faith, everything. And now I draw Duo. That's just not even right. But anyway, they flip the Faith. They have Heavy. They pot again. They pot into Ring Tribe. They summon Tribe, I think. And I just decide to TT. And then they call for game. So it was very close. I don't know if I could have played better there. Probably both of us could have, but that was this is round 3, and there's this is the final round before the finals of this tourney. So I'm like, wow, I did my best for my rustiness, and got pretty far so far. Let's see where we can take it. So we open DD Warrior Lady, Ring, shout out to Team Ring of Destruction, Rhoda, Prima, Exiled, Smash. They draw Knock, Pot, Ring, Judgment, Wind Blast, Spy. I don't think I set almost at all in the last game too much. Yeah, I think I mostly was summoning. Really weird for them to keep knocks in. I'm probably, when I play this deck, I probably just summon like every time. Make my opponent's knocks as dead as possible. It just feels so bad getting knocked like that. Anyway, they set Deco, set Wind Blast. I draw Angel. I fear Faith. We at least hit a Deco. It's okay. Probably could have just Angeled there, but then they upstart into another Wing Blast. They set Spy. I draw Mirror. I Rhoda. We grab the boy, the level 2 himself. We drop the level 2. They Wing Blast, pitching Wing Blast. I'm like, all right, I'll Prima back Exile then, because this is something you want to keep. So that was basically checking to see how much they wanted to protect it. They definitely wanted to protect it. So now we can clear it. They draw Prima. They slam Tribe against Recruiter for no plus. But my DD Warrior Lady's gone, so I can't Angel into it. So I just decide to Ring to not take extra damage. As opposed, otherwise there's a chance I would have taken it, because then I could have just Angeled into Lady. But now I don't know if I put Roulette Barrel in, but that would be my only target to try and roll a 4 off of. But we do Angel attack. Now here I think they trade Ring, so we both have used Ring now. I believe I just set Mirror Pass. No, I don't even. That's interesting, because I'm about to get Kaiku'd, which I've used my Prima, and I may or may not have Call in still. So outside of, I think I might have, I don't know, did I keep Chaos in? Can't remember. Probably, but maybe not, because I saw 2 Kaiku's game 1, so I might have took Sork out, maybe just BLS. Don't think I would take BLS out. Then we wrote it for Dawn. They do have Judgment. I summon the Dawn. And then I smash. They pretty much feel forced to Judgment here, which makes sense. Luckily, I can set the Mirror Pass. They draw Thunder Dragon, and I think they go all in here. Oh yeah, because it's game 18 plus 16, right? That's I think that's 34 exactly. So they just windmill slam. Like, I'm ending this game. Try pop the Dawn and attack for game, but I'm like, I held Mirror Force. Oop. So good hold on the Mirror there. I draw Sangan, amazing, to bring him down to 700. Even though they would use Preem as well. They know I level 2 in hand, which is kind of ugly. But this is going to be the end of the game. They set Duo as a bluff. And I have Book. And I know that, well, yeah, not both Mirror and Torrential not gone. So I believed I just attack. Which, I know they just have Thunder Dragon in hand. it's always debatable knowing they have Wind Blast and all that to summon the level 2 as well here. Because Sangan does replace itself, but ends up just working out and being the end of the game. So, on to game 3. Alright, what do we got? We got MST, Sasuke, Pot, Tomato, Prima. They have Breaker, TD, BLS, Smash, SJ, and Faith. So they, get a couple TDs in their hand. Always great to do. And then, I believe they summon Breaker Pass or something. Oh, they do set the Judgment behind the Breaker. Okay. I end up drawing Barrel. So I am going to throw down the pot. They say, okay. We draw Tribe, BLS. Pretty dang good hand. I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, I know I don't have game, but there's a lot of good cards here. So, a lot of decisions. I end up being very passive, setting the MST in the barrel. Again, I guess hoping they don't have knock. They draw Sork, so of course they're going to Breaker, which is nice because I just instantly get the counter off the Breaker and I'm able to MST a Judgment. That's very good. And then they just attack and ends up being Roulette Barrel, which potentially, if it stays, gives them the potential to pop the Breaker. So just a lot of good potential pluses, but then they go Smash. So, smashing ground in both our decks. Just speaking of, there it is. They do set the Faith here, and I don't have a clean out to the Faith for them, but luckily the only target is Smash for them, so that's not too bad. I mean, technically, I can Tribe, pitch the Tomato, drop BLS, and Premature. I end up just going Tomato over it, and it ends up being Faith. I guess the benefit, though, here is they don't have Dark Engrave. I was like, oh, maybe I should Sasuke over the Breaker, but this does keep them off Dark, and they are sitting on 2 Chaos Monsters. So even though they get Smash back, and, they're able to just Smash, attack for 16, set Deco, the benefit is, well, I'm delaying, in a sense, the inevitable, right? It's looking like there's a chance I lose this, right? Because they can just drop double Chaos, and I think it does come down to the wire. So let's take a look. And now I draw a swap after using my Tomato, which feels kind of bad. Oh wait, I premature back the Tomato. And now I swap it. So I'm like, alright, if they have another Faith or Spy or anything, they can give that to me. Then they give me the Breaker instead of the Deco. Fair enough. And I summon Sasuke to kind of push. I stack Tomato because that will give me another Tomato. And then I Tomato over, in case it's Spy, I can use Sasuke to clear one. And I am scared of, Chaos. I know they have 2 Thunder Dragons. I figure they're probably sitting on at least 1 Chaos Monster. But we gotta rip the bandage off. They Deco into Wind Blast. We get in for 18. We do have Smash Tribe BLS, so our hand's not bad. As long as we don't get duoed. And they draw Tribe. Tribe's pretty good, but we do have a Spellcaster, Plant, Warrior on our side of the field at least. So I'm pretty sure they're going to drop the Sork here. No, they just drop BL. Wow. Yeah, they get very aggro here. In a sense of, drop BLS, attack again, and I think they drop Sork, Banish Tomato. Yep, they drop everything. But they put the Sork in defense, they set Wind Blast, and they say go. And I draw Heavy. That Heavy ends up being very important. I take a gamble here. Y'all let me know what you think. I do Heavy, which is good because it was Wind Blast. And then I end up deciding to smash the BLS, summon my BLS, normal Tribe, and swing in for the fences and pray they don't have Snatch. So I lose to that. It does put them down to 1,000. So I know I have 2 Thunder Dragons. I don't know what this is. They didn't set it. They didn't summon it. I don't think they use the normal summon. So it could be, a card like Snatch. But it could also be, it is Tribe. But since I have my own Tribe, their Tribe wouldn't be as brutal here. They end up drawing Kaiku, which they have to Tribe. They don't have a choice. Pitching, calling, Warrior, and then just crashing. And now all I need is a monster. And we get there. So it ends up working out. Obviously, we would have lost the cards like Snatch Deal. I do also feel, of course, when it comes to Go format, there are mostly decks tend to consist of a good amount of powerful one-ofs. So I ended up just going Dawn Goggles for game, which honestly I probably should have just went DD Warrior Lady for game here, in case for some ridiculous reason they had Kribo. But other than that, that ends up being the end of the game. They would have drew Graceful for turn. Wow, switch this place of that Kaiku and that Graceful, right? But yeah, I say GG, and they don't, just like the last opponent. I remember people get salty on Dueling Book. I don't know, man. It is what it is, right? Anyway, GLHF. Here we go. We're on to the finals. The finals of the Dueling Book Sunday tournament. After like what, an hour? Boy, good long video to come back. Oh, look at that. We lost 3 RPSs in a row. And if you know anything about going second in Go format, oh, okay. You remember, y'all remember when I opened game 1? Well, it's about to happen to me, and this is not gonna go well. So they pop before duo. They've already made a mistake. It doesn't matter too much, but if I had card destruction, I'm more likely to get rid of it now because they get a +1 from the pot. So yeah, just so you know, this person, yeah, over 3,500 experience. Just so you know, Drendel, good opponent, strong warrior player, I believe, overall. We'll see from the match, right? La Bounty and Moxie's all, and who else? SDL Kelly, y'all can be the judge. I'm pretty sure, where was I going with that? That you duo first. So I don't think that's where I was going with that, but that works. Let's conclude the statement. He doesn't dust shoot, open dust shoot as well, at least. But he sets Dust, he sets Saku. Oh wait, what the heck? What? Okay, I'm really confused now. Maybe not the best warrior player. I don't know what he's doing. He sets 2 and then duos. This does not, okay. Pot and then duo, I mean, I don't know, make your opponent think you potted into it and then open it, I guess. But you still, you always duo first. But pot set 2 duo, that is very strange. And setting Saku Dust at that point, both just lose to I get a +1 from a heavy now. I don't get that. Anyway, they hit the Angel. I just pitch call. I figure against Warrior. Oh wait, I think I know they're in Warrior, and I think they know I'm on Recruiters, which I feel like I have a good matchup. They do hit one of the Recruiters. Thankfully, the Recruiter they hit, I have the DD Warrior in my hand already, as well as an Exiled, as well as a Mirror Force. I feel like my hand's not too bad, all things considered, even though they are, at a plus. And they don't summon. I've noticed a lot of Warrior players not summon turn 1. I don't know if that's right or wrong. I guess it depends. When you have 3 potentially drawing a 4th normal, maybe you could afford to summon the Blade Knight or the Breaker here. You have Dust to protect. But in case of heavy, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, level 2 Blade Knight Breaker. I feel like I probably summon either Blade Knight or Breaker there. But anyway, I top deck MST, and I'm pretty sure I turn player priority. I don't. Wow, that's interesting. I guess I just hope I don't get dust shooted then. I could have done it there to protect these guys, which wouldn't have been the worst thing. I throw the Warrior down, and I swing for the fences. I do get Saku'd, which is unfortunate. I end up setting MST and passing. They have used Duo, and now I'm pretty sure they draw Rhoda. Oh no, they draw Exile. Okay, I don't get Dawned here. That's good. But now they throw down the Blade Knight. So funny enough, right? I would have had no back row, and now they could have had like Blade Knight and Breaker in play. And when they duoed hitting the Angel, that kind of gives away I'm probably on Recruiter if they weren't like watching my other game or any of my previous games for any reason. So yeah, just not playing it perfectly. I don't think. Not that I'm nowhere near a perfect player myself, but I definitely feel like the Warrior player. Man, I wish I could get rid of this. I don't know how to get rid of that. Anyway, I end up drawing Dawn now, which, good that's going to do. I think I end up T-setting or something. I do have MST and Breaker, though, so that wouldn't work out well for me. I do exile it, okay. I mean, that's fair. And then, yeah, and the Mirror Force gets MST'd. They are drawing 4 cards. I guess that makes some sense. All right, now they draw Rhoda. And funny enough, my Donzaloo gets Donzalooged. Funny. All right, anyway. I draw Snatch, which feels good. I think about waiting here because Dawn gets ran over by like every warrior, almost every warrior in the cast. So I could wait, just set it, and then take like a Sasuke or Blade Knight or something bigger that they summon. It does, as you can see though, they would have had Breaker. So at least I get in 14, well, only 400, but get to hit. Sadly, we missed the Breaker. If we hit the Breaker, it would have been much better. But now they draw heavy. But obviously they can just Breaker. And now I take 3,000. And okay, good. They don't mill. I think I was facing someone who kept milling, and it's really weird. I draw Saku, but they show me heavy, and I scoop. What the heck? I don't know why I even revealed that. I should not have revealed main deck Saku. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, they probably already have seen it, but yeah, good game one. I don't think I had too much of a chance, I'll be honest. And even with them playing it strange, right? Pot duo, but I think they definitely sequenced them strangely. Anyway, now game 2. So I draw good. Spoiler, here is where the rust comes in, and I throw. But nonetheless, we pot into Dawn BLS, and I hold the Graceful, which I shouldn't do, I don't think, because again, no Serpent Thunder Dragon. I should not have held that, I don't think. But anyway, they top deck Exiled. Their hand is, mostly just a bunch of sets. They end up setting Exile, which is interesting, and setting Saku, setting MST. Holding on to Mirror Heavy Judgment makes sense. I draw Tribe. Well, I might as well commit something. So I swing in with Sasuke, and I'm a little scared it could be like Donzaloo, DD Warrior Lady. Basically, every warrior has 1,000 defense usually, so there's no reason for me to attack with this. I move it to defense, which if I did attack, I just would reveal the Exiled. But it was too risky to risk swinging into like a Dawn or a Spy or something that warrior players like to do. So I just move it to defense, pass. Still don't use the Graceful, kind of strange. They draw Kaiku. They space my mirror, flip Exiled, summon Kaiku, and I guess that's the downside of moving it to defense, but again, it plays around Donzaloo, so even though I'm going to get Kaiku'd for my Light and Dark here, and I have BLS in hand, so that feels awkward. And now they set Heavy Mirror Judgment. I draw a Duo, which does absolutely nothing. And now I Graceful, and they allow it, so luckily they don't Judgment, but I mean I have 6 other cards in hand, so that's fair for them not to Judgment this. I draw Tomato, Book, Call. Okay, here we go. Ready? So I discard Angel Tomato, which I think is fine, right? It's a Light and a Dark. I normal Tribe, they Judgment. At this point, I should book the Kaiku, banish Light Dark, and banish the Exile. I could try to swing in for the races, but I would lose to Mirror. Granted, I do have Call. But what I decided to do is set my hand, and I get greedy. I decide I'm going to book the Kaiku on the attack declaration, so that way, if the BLS gets stopped, because they could technically have, a second Judgment, but if they do, they can just Judgment the Book, because they're figuring, obviously if I'm using Book, I probably don't have another Battle Trap, which would be correct. Yeah. Worst comes to worst, I could call back the Angel and float into DD Warrior Lady, but I should definitely have booked the Kaiku here and just dropped it and banished the Exile, and then I would have had Call. I would have set Call, had Duo, Tomato, Dawn in hand, and they would have been able to, they would have had to choose if they want to heavy their Mirror Force and my Call, which Oh yeah, I think they removed Sangam with the Kaiku. Right. Anyway, so instead of doing that, I'm like, oh, I'm good. And guess what's about to happen? A Pro Storm. So shout out to my teammate Pro Storm for winning Worlds this year. And I get screwed over tremendously by that play. It absolutely, I think it just ends the game. And this is, I lost game 1, and this is game 2, y'all. So, I mean, I think you can see the writing on the wall. They banished my tribe, so I can't Prima back. And my dark, leave me with the light. I think they should have banished the light, leave me with the dark. I don't know, can't think of the ratios right now, but they set the book and pass. And I mean, I'm down horrendous. I draw Mobius, that's a little late. I think the only thing I can think to do is summon Tomato, try to clear the exiled, and they book a moon, and I mean, it's coming down to the wire. They draw Graceful, they activate Graceful. I'm just thinking, wow, I threw. And they don't have a light or dark, so all they have to do is discard BLS, Dust Tornado, Exile Force, and Kaiku, DD War Lady. Oh wait, that's 33, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that's why they were thinking. I think they decided with the 3300 though. Understandable thinking here. They pitch BLS, which they hold the BLS, hoping I clear the Kaiku by battle so that they can drop it if they need to next turn. Plus Kaiku's a 2-turn clock anyway. Bring me down to 16. Wonder if I read that they're holding BLS here. Let's see what I draw. Prima. Oh. Prima after they banished everything. So all I can do is set Dawn Pass. I could set Prima Pass actually too. Yeah, heavy MST is gone. If they draw Breaker, I'm dead anyway. So set Dawn, set Prima. I don't set Prima. I feel like that was a mistake because now they feel safe to summon this attack with both. That was a mistake on my part not setting that. They summon, and that's the end of the game. So GG. I should have booked Kaiku and dropped BLS. Yeah, I say it right there. GG's. Rusty. Oh well, still going on channel. Eventually, yes, and it is today. So we ended up losing that one. So congratulations to Drendel for winning. I think I mill like the rest of my deck here. Let's see, what do we side in? Definitely the swaps. Widespread. Yeah, we were on all our tools, all our recruiters, our swaps, our battle traps, our smashes. Yep. Man. But Kaiku stopped the chaos. Again, we probably definitely could have possibly took out or won game 2, and then it would have been a game 3. Which is always nice when matches go to game 3. But that's going to do it for this one, y'all. That ends the tournament. Second place. Hey, if you're not playing for much as long as I have, I'll take it. But until next time, don't forget to, y'all know what to do. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share with your friends. Spread the channel. Edison is coming next, hopefully soon, now that I got like a month off. So, Peace Beats, signing out.